Candidates, please be ready for the passage. Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak on the budget proposals, which include the budgetary provisions for the railways as well. As we all are well aware, the setup of the Indian Railways is one of the biggest in the world. It caters to nearly 2.5 crore passengers per day, carries more than 1500 million tons of freight, and has 1.5 lakh kilometers of railway route network. Further, it also provides consultancy services in the fields of railway engineering and signaling, construction of railway tracks and bridges, etc. It employs more than 15 lakh workers. Passenger safety is at the core of its functioning. The Indian Railways also runs schools and hospitals for the welfare of the railway employees in particular and for the citizens in general. The Indian Railways has had a long and cherished history. It is considered the lifeline of the nation. Sir, over the past few years, Indian Railways has been moving forward rapidly to become a world class railway. The central government is also constantly investing in the development and improvement of railway infrastructure, keeping in mind our nation's increasing transportation needs. The year 2023-24 will also be known as a historic year for Indian Railways. Tremendous amount of progress has been made and is visible everywhere, especially in the overall setup of the railways. I would like to emphasize that all these efforts will bear fruit in the coming years and will help to accelerate the nation's economic growth. As the Honorable Minister has mentioned, during the year 2023-24, the Indian Railways grossed a historic revenue of nearly rupees 2.6 lakh crore. Under Amrit Bharat Station scheme, there is a plan to redevelop more than 1300 railway stations. Out of these stations, the redevelopment work in more than 500 stations has already been going on in a planned manner. On completion of the redevelopment work, these stations will be no less than an airport. Moreover, these stations will be redeveloped using state of the art technology and will provide seamless and comfortable transit facilities for passengers. Sir, the Indian Railways is poised to make freight trade more convenient, faster, and cheaper. An ambitious project of joining the entire country through the dedicated freight corridor is already underway, and the project is in its final stage of completion. The dedicated freight corridor will play a pivotal role in fulfilling Indian Railways' mission of carrying 3,000 million tons of freight. In this sector, a record freight loading of nearly 1,600 million tons has already been attained. This is an unprecedented feat for which the Honorable Railway Minister deserves appreciation and compliments from the whole country. Though the Honorable Railway Minister is new to this hot seat, yet by dint of his hard work and the dedication of the entire railway workforce, they are able to achieve this phenomenal growth. This achievement also signifies the pivotal role of Indian Railways in facilitating trade and commerce and contributing to the nation's economy. Honestly speaking, these are the true signs of the lifeline of the nation. Sir, there has been a record increase in the budget of the railways, which will positively impact and improve the functioning of the railway throughout the country. However, I would also like to say a few words on the matter of railway safety, as the Honorable Railway Minister himself, as also the honorable members in both the houses, cutting across party lines, have emphasized more than once that the safety of railway passengers is paramount for the railways. Railway accidents may be classified as head on collisions, rear end collisions, derailments, fires, sabotage, etc. They have occurred sometimes due to human error, fatigue, or negligence, or have been caused by mechanical failure of rolling stock, tracks, and bridges. Sometimes these mishaps have been caused by sabotage and terror activities, and sometimes they occur owing to natural causes such as flooding and fog. There are many reasons for these accidents. Some are man made, such as mechanical failures in the railway signal and communication apparatus, and some are also natural, such as flooding, fog, etc. As the House is aware, there had been some unfortunate and tragic accidents which have occurred in the last couple of years. For some time now, we have been hearing the Honorable Railway Minister and the railway officials talk about Kavach system being installed in the superfast and express trains. They have claimed that this will reduce the number of accidents. However, the pace and scale of installation and operation of Kavach system is too slow and almost insignificant looking at the magnitude of task in hand. Sir, it is so painful to look at the ill-fated accidents that took place in Amritsar during the Dashera festival some time ago, or the train tragedy in Odisha, or the derailing of train in Andhra Pradesh, or the recent unfortunate accident of Kanchenjunga Express in West Bengal, in which 15 people lost their lives and many got injured. I appeal to the Honorable Railway Minister to seriously look into the causes and the circumstances leading to these accidents and present a detailed report on this matter of utmost concern and priority at the soonest possible. In case it is considered that a joint committee comprising members of Parliament and some eminent experts of railway signal and communication apparatus are to be involved to deeply analyze these accidents and give valuable suggestions so as to minimize them, then the formation of an expert committee be expedited. There should not be any delay in this national effort. It should be expedited on top priority. Sir, I once again thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on the budgetary provisions for the railways and put forth my views on the functioning of this great organization called the Indian Railways.